My own mother had Alzheimer's disease, and I remember when we first were placing her in assisted living, and I felt so guilty, and I worried so much about what people and family members were going to say. I imagine you went through some of that also before Reed went into assisted living, as hard as it was, and what a blessing it was. Was there
Yeah.
some guilt associated with that, some turmoil for you?
It was a lot of relief and a lot of relief because I was like, yeah, it was like if my mom and my sister weren't able to watch my husband, then I had to miss work, which means that like I had to figure it out. So I'm having to tell my work like, oh, I can't show up. So when you're having to take on all of these roles and then and you're having to lean on other people to help you. And so like when my mom and my sister they're like, oh, well, we can only watch him half the day today because they have jobs or they have things that they've got going. And so for me, there was a sense of relief knowing that there would be a consistent place. And I knew I wasn't going to it wasn't going to be just like, I was just going to take him there and leave him. It was just like, oh, I know that I have somewhere that if I have a work trip or if I have to take my kids to a game, I don't have to call my neighbor to say, hey, can you check on my husband? Or mom, can you Reed for a minute while I run here? It was just this huge blessing. But yes, there was for sure. I went through a whole new grieving process when I had to take him to the assisted living. And that's the one thing I found is that you go through the grieving process over and over, almost like I knew how long the emotion was going to last. So if you feel guilty, you have to really look within yourself and be like, why do I feel guilty? But they certainly have my life figured out. And so there was guilt, but there was also sometimes you recognize when God is sending a miracle into your life. And that was like everyone, my mom and my sister, we knew that my husband needed a little more help than we had to offer. And so we were like, holy cow, he gets the medical attention all the time now. And he gets everything. So it was kind of this, yes, you do have to go through those feelings of like, is this what I should? I was like 30, like 39 at the time. And my husband was 42, I think, when he went to the assisted living. And so it was like, you have to really get out of your head what everybody else thinks. And you just have to do what your gut is telling you to do. And that was absolutely right for me and my family. So it has actually helped his symptoms a lot going to the assisted living.